Some people may say, you should follow your dreams. Don't let anybody stop you from doing what you need to do. Follow your dreams. And others may tell you, you need to be more realistic. You need to get a job. You getting too old. You can't just be going after your dreams all your life. You just do something with yourself. But what if both of those contradictory ideas come from the same person? What's going on, YouTube? Welcome back to the Thomas Gallery, and today I want to talk about following your dreams versus being realistic, okay? And the consequences of those two ideas taking root in one mind. Now, this conversation came about, I was talking to somebody, and they were asking me, how's my art going? How's my drawing going? I said, my drawing's going well, I'm still drawing, still doing my art. And they said, well, what are you doing with it? What are you making money from it? What are you doing with it? And I said, well, at the moment, no, I'm not making a lot of money, if any. But it's something that I'm passionate about. And then they hit me with the reply that I usually hear a lot for artists is, well, you gotta do something. You gotta follow your dream. Yeah, you gotta follow your dream, but you gotta be realistic. You gotta be realistic. You gotta, you can't be living in a fantasy land. Your art ain't gonna cut it. And every time I heard that your art isn't gonna cut it, I would get infuriated, because I'm thinking to myself, wait a minute. On one hand, you want me to follow my dreams and to follow my passion, and don't let anyone tell me what I can't do. And you also told me that I can be anything that I want to be if I put my mind to it. Then, in the same breath, you would get told you have to be realistic. You're getting too old. And I'm thinking to myself, which one is it? Because it's one thing we have two people who don't know you saying these things, but when these two ideas who are opposed of each other, when these two ideas come from the same person, it's confusing. Because if you tell somebody they can be anything that they want to be if they put their mind to it, and they also tell that person to be realistic, well, you've already sold them on they can be whatever they want to be. For all my life, and I'm pretty sure all of your lives too, you've been told that you can be anything that you want to be if you put your mind to it. Don't let anybody tell you what you can't be. You're pretty sure you've all heard this, right? Right. And you believed it. And when they ask you what you want to be when you grow up, when you was a kid, you always got the same question. What do you want to be when you grow up? And you always heard the same ones. You want to be a doctor, a lawyer, a firefighter, teacher, something like that. You've always heard those same ones. But anytime someone says, I want to be an artist, it gets looked down upon. That person doesn't get treated the same way as someone who says they want to be a doctor, a lawyer, something like that. Why is that? What is it about an artist that doesn't get the respect that the other fields will get? It's just as important, it's just as hard. Trust me. Anybody who says that art is easy, I assure you, haven't put the time and effort and energy into a painting or a drawing or having set hours and hours and hours, late nights working on the idea. Many people who say that art is easy haven't done those things. So I want to know, where did it become okay to tell a person that they can be whatever they want to be, but the moment that they choose something that doesn't look cool or doesn't look profitable, or you won't be rich from, when that happens, that person gets sit down and says, okay, artist, that's nice, that's cute, but don't you want to be a doctor? No. Don't you want to be a lawyer? No. Don't you want to be a firefighter? No. I want to be an artist. And I also want to get the same respect as an artist that you would give a firefighter, a police officer, a doctor, a lawyer, a teacher. I want that same respect, because the same way how they go through training for their profession, an artist goes through training as well. I think what it is a lot of people who are artists, they have a different mindset than the other professions. I think that's what it is. I think people don't see. I think people don't see the actual skill in an art, even though on numerous occasions I explained that the word art means skill. Okay, so being an artist means you are skillful in many different areas. That's what art means, skill. But I think when people say art, they think, okay, this person just draws. Oh, my child can draw. Okay. But your child has to put in the hours and years. You know that whole 10,000 hour thing? You need to put in your 10,000 hours? An artist puts in way more than 10,000 hours into their craft. They put in too much time in their craft just to be dismissed because they're not a lawyer. They don't make the money of a doctor. Well, here's the thing people don't know about. There's art in every hospital, in every courtroom, in every courthouse. There's art. Where do you think that art comes from? Are the lawyers making those paintings? Are the doctors making those paintings? Are the nurses making those paintings? Where do you think all this art comes from in the hospitals? You ever think about that? Think about that. People want you to be realistic. But realistically speaking, there's art everywhere. There's more art than lawyers. There's more art than doctors. There's more art than teachers. Okay? So why is it that you're told to follow your dreams? Now, if your dream is to be a lawyer, then follow your dream. If your dream is to be a teacher, a doctor, follow your dream. But no one ever says, my dream is to be a lawyer, and then someone dismisses them. Someone says, oh, no, you need to be more realistic. Be more realistic. I think you should do something else because you're getting old. You don't have a lot of time. No one ever says that when someone says, I want to be a lawyer. No one ever says that when I want to be a teacher. No one ever says, I think you should be more realistic. I don't know if you're getting old. You don't have a lot of time. What's being a teacher going to do for you? What is being a lawyer going to do for you? No one ever says that. It's only when it comes to someone says, I want to be an artist. That's when you get the answer or get the reply. You're getting too old. You need to be more realistic. So which one is it? Because I'm quite frankly getting tired of hearing that when all your life you were told you can be whatever you want to be. And this is from grown folks. When you're a child, adults are telling you this. Adults are the one telling you when you're a child, when you're 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, when you have all the ambition in the world, you have all the ambition inside of you, and all you want is an opportunity. Damn floods. All you want is an opportunity and the confidence from others to say that, hey, do your thing. Make the world a better place with your abilities. That's all you want as a child. You want to know, okay, do I matter? And is what I'm doing matter? That's all you want. And for an adult to tell a child, you can be whatever you want to be, and then in the same breath, once you get older, here's the thing. When you're 6 years old, or you're 7 years old, and you're told by an adult that you can be whatever you want to be if you try your best, right? That's what we all were told, right? And then when we go from 6 to 26, 20 years later, and you still have in your mind that you can be whatever you want to be if you put your mind to it. So at 26, you want to be an artist. You want to paint. And then that same person or another adult will tell you, what are you doing? Why are you doing this? What is it going to do for you? Are you making money? You're not making a lot of money? Then you need to do something else. Wait a minute. You told me for 20 years. For 20 years, you've been telling me I can be whatever I want to be. So I don't want to hear 20 years later to do something else. You see how that works? You see how that works? Do you see the confusion that happens in a person's brain? That for 20 years you have told this person from a child to an adulthood to go be whatever you want to be if you put your mind to it. So that child now gives you 20 years of dedication. Think about that. From 6 to 26, from age 6 to age 26, that's 20 years of dedication, of late nights, because artists know about those late nights. 20 years of dedication, 20 years of sweat, blood, and literally tears. And for all of a sudden, 20 years later, to have an adult tell you now to stop what you put 20 years into and do something else because what you love isn't good enough. Think about that. Does that make any sense? So now you have created a generation of artists who said, you know what? Forget it. Maybe my art isn't worth it. You're right. No one cares about my art. Here's the thing. How come in that 20 years, the adult never told the child, okay, you could be whatever you want to be if you put your mind to it, and this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to try my best to have a pathway for you to flourish in that field. You want to be an artist, you want to paint? Fine. I'm going to support you. I'm going to support you by buying equipment. I'm going to buy you canvases. I'm going to buy you paintbrushes. I'm going to buy you paints. I'm going to see if I know any artists that are actually doing well. I'm going to see if I can connect you young artists, to these established artists. Because any other field that happens, because any other time you're a lawyer, and you put your time into be a lawyer, they put you under a firm or a person or a lawyer who is doing some things that can better help you with your career. When you want to be a teacher, before you become a teacher on your own, they put you under someone who's already established as a teacher. Okay? But when it comes to being an artist, no one wants to open up a door for the artist to say, okay, you young artist, follow me. Because this is something that you want, that you love, and you want to be an artist that can actually you can live off your art. Because if you're a lawyer, you can live off your trade as a lawyer. If you're a doctor, you can live off your trade as a doctor. You're a teacher, you can live off your trade as a teacher. Being a firefighter, you can live off that. But no one wants to help the artist live off their art. You know why? Because people always saying, well, you know, do something else. You're getting too old. The one thing about being an artist, here's the one thing about being an artist as opposed to any other profession. Artists have the longest lifespans. Think about that. An artist can outlive a doctor, a teacher, because you don't have to retire from being an artist. You can retire from being a teacher, being a lawyer, being a firefighter, being a doctor, but you don't have to retire from being an artist. You could be an artist for as long as you live. But when you become a doctor, you can't be a doctor for all your life. Because the skills that are required, you can't do it all your life. No, you can't. But being an artist, you can be an artist literally till the day you die. And you can still be profitable from your art until the day you die. You can't do that being a doctor, because once your hands go as a doctor, think about that. So, for those who are telling people to be whatever you want to be, if you believe that a person can be whatever they want to be, don't confuse them. Don't contradict them by saying, give it up, you're getting too old now. Don't do that, because you have confused people, and you have frustrated the next generation of artists. And remember what I told you. Every courtroom, every hospital, every school, every corporate building, every firehouse has art in it. Think about that. all those professions that people love so much, guess what they have in every single one of those buildings? Art. The same people that you dismissed when they were younger grow up to put art in those buildings for people to see. The next time you tell a child that they can be whatever they want to be, if you don't believe that they can be whatever they want to be, don't tell a child that, because once you tell a child they can be whatever they want to be, they're going to want to do it. And if you really believe that, then you support that child till they get older. Don't confuse that child, all right? So, follow your dreams or be realistic. Which one do you choose? You know my choice. Follow your dreams. Peace.